I am not at my home today. I was invited for National Crafting Month to Siser North America, and I'm in Michigan. And I'm using one of those today. And I have a super fun project that I have not done. So if you're new to Crafty Tuesday, you know I'm always making something new that I haven't made in the past. And I'm just showing the other side of crafting that's not the perfected one that we see on Instagram after you've practiced and then you get it together and you show it. I'm showing you behind the scenes when I'm trying something new and I'm making mistakes. And I know y'all like to see when I make mistakes, but hopefully today's gonna go pretty smooth. My friends here at Siser are helping me in the back. We've got Chloe. Hi, Chloe. And
Hello.
we've got Anna.
Hello.
Super excited. So I've gotten a tour of the headquarters. I've met all of the people. We've gone out and done some really fun things. And it's just been really fun. I'm just so honored to be able to be invited here and excited to share this new craft with you because I'm doing something with DTV, brick, Siser Easy Weed, and Siser Easy Weed Stretch today. It's going to be a really cool project. And we're going to be doing embossing. Now, I didn't even know what that was before I got here today. I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't know you could do it with Easy Weed and Easy Weed Stretch. So I am going to have a little help here because I've never done it. So I'm going to phone a friend and see if maybe Patrick will help walk me through this today because he's the Siser guru. You know, he's like the mind, one of the brilliant minds behind creating Juliet and Romeo and Leonardo Design Space, and he's going to help me today. So I'm going to invite him to join through this project that we're making for all you sports moms and dads out there. And I wanted to make it so it's like not favoring one child over the other. So, you know, I'm a volleyball mom and I'm also a basketball mom. So I'm doing both today. So when I go to one event, I'll have it on one side, and I go to the other event, I'll have it turn around to the other side. That's what we're gonna do today. But we got a lot of cool things that we're trying out, and hopefully Patrick is going to join me and see if he can help me through this process. So I'm gonna ask him to join. Please, Patrick, join me.
He's been invited to the live.
He's
Let's
been
see.
invited. Come on, Patrick. Help me out today. I've got printed easy color DTV here.
Oh,
Is he coming?
Hey,
Hi, Patrick.
how's it going out there?
I am good, and thank you for the studio today. This is like so nice to be out of the normal crafty brick area and coming to Siser. I'm very excited to be here, but I need your help. Like
Okay.
the project that you kind of showed me the other day was amazing, and I really do want to do it today. But I mean, I have this stuff. I've got my Easy Weed DTV printed. I've got my basketball print, and I've also got some Easy Weed Stretch. I mean, let's see, and I've got brick, which I'm super excited to use. I have all these things, but I'm just trying to figure out like, what should I do first?
Okay, gotcha.
And you know what? Seriously, I just realized I'm making a tote bag and I don't even have the tote bag. Is there any way you can like bring it to me? Maybe bring it to me and then show me how to do this. I mean,
Listen,
you are actually here. Maybe you could just come join me live.
I'm on my way.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see where we're at here.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know why we didn't even think of that before. I mean, I'm in the studio. Patrick could just be here with me instead of me doing it by myself. So that's gonna be even better. Hi, Patrick.
You're hanging out here the whole time. All right, so we're gonna hop on this one. I'm gonna give that one over, and let me go. Let's just hop in. Let's go have some fun.
Sweet, I'm excited.
All right. What are the people?
And you got the tote bag for me. There's Patrick.
you gotta say hi to YouTube too.
Oh, and YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Okay, we're on Instagram and we're on
And
YouTube. I
YouTube,
love
yes.
it. I love it. I love it.
We're here
But
to get- thank you for bringing that to me.
You got your tote bag.
Kind of an important part of the project.
so you got some fun stuff that you're doing, and you're going.
Yes.
So we're going with the embossed method. Huh?
Yeah, I'm really
Okay.
excited to try it. We
Very
got volleyball on one side, basketball on the other.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do we got artwork going?
We've got artwork.
We got
We're
artwork
using
going.
Leonardo Design Space. We got it
Beautiful.
all figured out.
Love it. I love it. All right, so let's see what we got. We got some easy color here. Love it. Got some stretch. We need some brick in here.
Got some brick.
Perfect. Okay. So do you
Sweet.
want me to walk the folks through the process?
Yeah, help
Okay.
me.
All right,
Help
perfect.
me.
So if you haven't been to a trade show or you haven't seen us live or at a show setting, we always show the embossed method. So we usually show the brick 600 as a bottom layer, and then we show the easy weed stretch as the top layer. And I got a chance to blow Courtney's mind here
Oh
with
my
the
gosh,
embossed trick
seriously?
yesterday. Actually, no, I can't lie about that. Johan got the chance because he stole it from me.
He
The-
did. He did show me,
yesterday.
actually.
So, but we've been having a lot of fun though. We've been doing
been
a
amazing.
lot of stuff. So.
Meeting the team, everything's been so cool.
Absolutely. So here, let's help you out. Let's
Okay.
get it going. So the first thing we're gonna do is the brick 600.
Okay.
And let's turn
So
the-
when should I come around?
Here, we'll do it this way.
Okay.
I'll just stay out of your way. You're no big,
Okay.
no big deal. And I'll work the lever for you. There we
Okay,
go. So we're loading
sweet.
in our material. With the Juliet, for anybody that has not seen a Juliet before, we have a nice little guide strip on
And
there.
we have no mats.
And we have matless, which is
Okay.
awesome sauce. Okay, so we're all lined up. We're good.
Cool.
We're gonna put the pinch wheels down by pulling
Okay.
the lever up. So we're A-okay. And now the first thing we gotta do
Wanna do a
is we'll
test
test
cut?
cut. But let me check the blade. Just because I was playing with this thing too much yesterday. Alrighty. And then maybe you can explain to people too. We usually go about the thickness of a credit card is about
Yeah.
the blade.
Don't do what I did when I first got it. I had it up like it was so far out.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to this because as you all know, I came from a Cricut and Silhouette. The blade is just a little bit different with Juliet, and the way that I set it up, when you don't have to set it up in those other two machines. So you do have to do a little setup to get started. So I was super confused and I set it up wrong and it was tearing up all my materials. So just barely.
We'll switch out the 45-degree blade because you get two in the package and you also get a 40-degree
Right.
blade. So we'll do a test cut. We'll make sure that this cuts. If for
Okay.
whatever reason it doesn't, we'll put in a bigger or deeper blade. We good to go. So we're Courtney's navigating, which you guys might not be able to see right now, is we have a full library of custom cut settings within the user interface.
Close up here.
There we go, Chloe for the close
Sweet.
up.
So it's right here on the panel of the
Mhm.
machine. So I'm clicking HTV, Brick 600 is there, so I'm gonna click that. It loads, and now you can see Brick 600 is there.
Mhm.
We've got the cut speed at 10 and the force at 12.
So
We're
all I'm
gonna
gonna-
bump that up just a little
Just a
bit.
tiny bit here. I'm gonna actually bring and make sure that our blade is over our material.
Is the force speed good?
Speed is good. First, let's bump it up.
To-
Just
okay.
a little bit. We'll go up to 20 for
20,
funsies.
okay.
Yeah, let's
For
try to make
funsies.
it fail and try to fix it for the
Okay.
people, right?
So the cool thing is you don't have to like cut a whole project to see if it's cutting right. With the Juliet, you have this little t-shirt icon on your home screen right here. You just press that and then it starts to cut automatically and it just does a teeny little design. We're gonna just pull it out here. We'll
Shut
pull it
it
out the back.
Yep, good.
All right, and then we're going to, I'm sorry, I have bad eyes and it's hard for me to see the
Well, and it probably
cut
doesn't
lines.
help with the lights too.
It doesn't help with the lights. Okay,
There we go.
so it cuts out
Okay, so that one
Yeah.
cut, but you know what? For me, I'm not
a
crazy
little
about
bit
it
more.
because we're
It's
pulling.
not as easy.
Which is all right, not a big deal. So what we're actually gonna do to get a cleaner cut, we'll throw in the 60-degree blade, which is typically used for like those deep, fine details and deeper cuts. So take the 45-degree, and you can really see the difference in the blade size.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The actual blades themselves have quite a bit of thickness difference in them. So let's throw that in there.
Get this cover.
Cool. And then let's go ahead, make sure their blade is out just enough to work. Good. There we go.
All right.
And then we'll redo the test cut. The best part about the Juliet though and Leonardo is that everything is kind of super fast with the process of being able to do test cuts and things like that. So it really helps when we are making things to get them done quick, you know.
Okay. Can you put
Yep, gotcha, coolio.
the cool, oops, let me move back over this way. And the cool thing also with Juliet is you can start, your point of origin, you can change wherever you want. It doesn't like dictate where you start. So
Yeah.
I just use the arrows to move it around to another spot that's right next to our previous test cut, and I'm just gonna cut right there. So I don't have to use like a ton of material to do this.
And there you go. And one thing I
Let's
like to
see.
do too, if you want to use a weeder when you weed them out, awesome. I also like to sometimes if I I can finger pick it out, then I know that the cut settings are right. That's all right. That's where we make adjustments. So we'll throw it back in and we'll do a couple
little
of,
bit
that's all right though.
more force.
Yeah, here. Let's actually show
Okay.
the folks at home too that you can actually take your material, push them right up against the pinch rollers, give it just a little bit of a push through. Well, we won't do that right now because Juliet sometimes wants to act up. She's
Isn't
mad.
that always?
She's mad at me. Yeah.
Machines want to act up.
All right, so put it in there, and then we would make just micro adjustments, right? And that's the benefit of having the test cut options and being able to adjust the force and the speed on the fly. Do a little test cut, and we'll see.
We just
what
went
we
up to 27 for that. Just we
Mhm.
wanted to weed really easily. That's why we're doing the test cut, just to
Yep.
make sure that everything is good.
get. Everything is awesome, as they say in the Lego movie, you know?
Oh,
we go.
there we go.
Now we're getting something that we can work with.
Okay.
B. Rogers in the comments says the built-in test cut button is very convenient.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. All right, here, so we're actually gonna step that up just a little bit more. I'll do a quick test on it, we'll make sure that we're up and running. But with that, there's two pieces of this, and that we have to kind of do the first part first, which is going to be the art. Like
The name?
the name
Okay.
on there, yep. So do we
Well,
have
actually,
those
I
ones
have
already
that.
cut?
I
Cool.
have that cut, so how about I weed that part?
Awesome, so we can weed that one, I'll get your settings all set up for you and
Okay.
get ready to cut, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Because with the brick and the easy weed stretch to make the fake embossed, we will have to lay down all of what I call our thin layers first, which are typically any elements outside of the brick and stretch. So if we have like text and things like that, the brick raises the platen of the heat press a little bit when we press.
Oh,
So we always press the flat stuff first, and then we can go on to the fun stuff that you get to see.
that makes sense.
Yeah, alrighty.
So what I'm doing is just weeding. This is just regular easy weed. I just cut this design before, and there's nothing special about this one. It's just regular easy weed matte, and I'm just weeding my basketball mom and volleyball mom words that we're going to be putting on the bag.
So basketball mom and volleyball mom.
And volleyball mom. We're doing
I
both.
love-
We
I
don't want
love
to leave
it.
anybody out.
Listen, you are a lot better parent than I am.
Everyone's super excited to see this technique with brick.
Oh, awesome, really happy.
Yay, me too.
Alrighty, so I'm just looking at your design. Okay, we'll be able to
Okay.
get all the pieces out
We're
of it and
good?
everything. Yep, we're gonna be just fine. Alrighty, so we're just setting this up right now to get ready to cut. So a couple of things that we're doing, this was just a piece of Easy Color DTV. We threw in a basketball pattern on there, obviously to try to enhance the look of the basketball even more so. And then you have you have volleyball mom on there too. So we're doing
Yes.
dual games at the same
We're doing
time.
dual games.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
it.
you know, I mean, you're either at one game or
Mhm.
you're on in between going to another one. So I figure I'm having the same stuff in my
That's
bag,
it.
so let's just flip it around.
Let's just flip it around. There you go. Awesome, awesome. And then, so we're ready on here. Whenever we're ready to send that cut,
Okay.
let's see what you got on screen.
So let's see here. So I've got we already cut the basketball
Okay,
mom, so we can
perfect. So
move
we
that
can
off
move
the
that out of the
bag.
way.
Okay.
And is this an SVG that's in here, or is this from?
This is an SVG from Leonardo.
So let's remove the orange piece of
Alrighty.
it, and then remove that orange.
Where's that? Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
Oh, I
gotcha.
have two.
Oh,
Accidentally.
okay.
Oh, wait.
So let's go actually into the design library, because we'll pull out the sports theme,
Here, I'll
and
let
there
you
should be
do
one.
that
Okay,
part.
no problem.
You do that.
So if we do sports, and the cool part about Leonardo too is like our design library, everything is commercial free too. So you can use it for your business if you want to.
That
Which
is
is always, I think
nice.
is always kind of a plus when it comes to any type of like design software, being able to utilize it right away. Alrighty, so let's see, we got a volleyball one right there. Okay, so we're gonna bring over this volleyball one.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll open the design, which anytime you're in Leonardo Design Studio, when you bring a design over to the main page, it will actually, there's just a button that says open design, and it'll bring it right to the design page for you. And then we're gonna go back in here, we're gonna find a basketball one. Oh yeah, we can show the good folks. There we go. And then we can go into.
Were those basketball ones not right?
No, it'll work, it's just sometimes it doesn't add lines in there.
Oh, was
For
it a
whatever-
PNG that I
Yeah, it was like
had?
a solid,
Oh,
which is okay.
oh, okay.
No big deal. And from what I remember us kind of briefly chatting, you want it's about 7 inches, right?
You know, I feel like maybe what we printed out is not really 7 inches, so I think 6.
6? Okay.
I think
So let's do
6.
6, which will be fine on there. We're gonna make that volleyball 6 inches. And then we're gonna go ahead and make that basketball 6 inches as well. Oops. right there.
60.
Yeah, not 60. And this is the really cool part, is that when we have an SVG, we can actually bring in and highlight, say, the basketball for the Easy Weed stretch portion. There's a little nifty button that says Build Cut Contours or Build Contours on the toolbar. It looks like a little star with a line around it.
Okay.
If we go ahead and click on that on an SVG, we can make an editable cut contour, and then we can make an offset, which will ultimately be our Easy Weed stretch layer. Now, the reason why I'm making the offset slightly off of the actual path of the design we're doing is that, remember, brick is dimensional. So not only does the stretch have to stretch around the brick, but it also has to be able to apply to the garment and inside. So what we're able to do now is hit, let me go to 5.5, that's fine. Hit apply, and now we'll have a solid contour around it. We can change the color. So now we can see our basketball layer, which will be our brick, and then this will be just our circle out of our Easy Weed stretch.
Sweet.
And if we're lucky enough,
They're all fitting
we might
perfectly.
be able to use them both. Yeah, so that'd be
Winning.
perfect. So let's just double check and see. Let's go a little bit bigger on this one than that. So we have that one there, and then we'll hit Build Cut Contours again, and we just play around.
5.5.
Yeah, we can go 5.5. Let's go just a little bit bigger on this one. Go to 6.3. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Perfect. So we have one that'll fit our basketball, one that's going to fit our volleyball really nicely. So the first thing I think we should do, obviously we have our brick up here. Let's go ahead and cut
So
our
brick is for both. Okay.
Yep.
And it's white for both of them.
Yep,
Right?
yep. And it doesn't matter what color brick you put as the bottom layer, because typically it won't show through. However, if you are using like a red brick, it usually isn't a great idea to use, like, say, a white Easy Weed stretch, because sometimes the color has the tendency to migrate through
Okay.
the material. But in this case, we're going to be good
Okay.
with all the materials that we're using. So we're going to go ahead and set this up so that we can cut both of these.
All right.
And we're just highlighting everything, hitting Send Design. Everything's ready for us.
Okay.
And now we're going to take the weed box off. And here's a feature that I showed you earlier that I thought was kind of exciting, is
This is
the area
super
test.
exciting.
So anytime you have a design in Leonardo Design Studio and you aren't super sure if, you know, Juliet will track properly to make the cut work, you can actually hit the area test button. And what that'll do is that'll force the head to move along the boundary of your design. So what
Just
that'll
making sure you're good to go,
making
cutting
sure you're good to
everything.
go. Cool, and I'll let you do the
Sweet.
honors. You hit send
Okay.
to cutter.
Let's send to cutter.
Just so then the people can't yell at me if it messes
Are
up.
you sure? Yes, I'm
There we go.
sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
And we're
So
rocking and
now
rolling.
we're ready to send that.
Really quick question, comments. So for this technique, with the stretch, you want to cut it with a slight offset of what you did with the brick?
Yes, correct. And the reason being is that that material actually has to be able to make contact with the fabric as well, so that you will get a really, really nice embossed look to your
On
design.
all the sides, like
On
all the way around
yeah,
it
all the
and
way
on the
around.
inside.
Yep. So very ever so slightly. Again, we went less than a half inch or so, or we went just at a half inch all the way around bigger. So we'll see what that allows us to do. And the best part about it, like I said, Juliet's quick. So if you do cut one and you need to grab another scrap to make it just a little bit bigger, we're good to go.
And she's quiet. We can still talk.
Yeah, we're still
And
talking.
she's working.
By the way, we're also, this is all native sound from, if anybody didn't know native means, just this is sound coming from the iPad and the iPhone too. We're not like mic'd up or anything. So the fact that we're able to actually talk with a cutter running next to us and you're able to hear us is kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a
Kind
little
of,
bit of
I
a big
mean.
deal. So how's been your time so far? How have you enjoyed it?
It's been amazing,
Yeah.
and I brought the warmth here
Yeah,
in
thank
Michigan,
God, yes, we
so
needed it.
that's been nice. It's not freezing cold.
Absolutely.
And we had the fire drill earlier. I don't know if you guys
That was
saw,
fun.
but we were getting ready to film Ellie Mae's live earlier, and ended up having a fire drill 1 minute before it started.
All
I
right.
said, Chloe, do you have scissors?
Yeah.
I think we have
Please.
some somewhere.
I
If
was
not-
using some earlier.
If not,
Crafted
Anna,
with no scissors.
Oh my
where's the
gosh.
craft room with no scissors?
This is my
If
craft
not,
room. I could
in
never
that-
find my scissors.
In that white thing, there should be a couple
just
of
used
blades in
them?
there. Just like a straight blade.
I feel like I'm right at home.
There we go.
Like I
It's
can't
how-
find
literally
my
how every-
scissors.
Listen, anybody that follows Siser North America, and especially in the support group during our lives, I'm the exact same way, so it's
Oh my
okay.
Yeah,
gosh.
the box cutter with no blade in it.
Oh, box cutter with no
Box
blade,
cutter.
perfect. Well, while they're looking for that, why don't we go ahead, we'll move on to the Easy Weed stretch
Okay,
layer.
perfect. We'll
So that
cut.
we'll get this moving a little bit. So, Easy Weed Stretch, just so you know, we
Thank
changed the
you.
carrier. Awesome, thank you so much. We changed the carrier about a year and a half ago. We used to have a gloss carrier, now they are all like frosted carriers. So it's a real good quick indicator of what the material is from Easy Weed to Easy Weed Stretch. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and load this for you.
All right, so we're doing stretch, is that the opal?
This will be just the stretch, the circles, the actual like basketball makeup. This is just the white Easy Weed Stretch to go on the top layer for the volleyball.
For the volleyball?
For the volleyball.
I thought we were doing, opal's
And
on
then
top,
opal will
okay,
be-
okay,
yeah,
okay.
oh yeah, that's the surprise.
Oh my
It's a
gosh,
surprise.
oh my goodness, okay, so now we're gonna send, but we need to reset the cut settings.
Yep, so what we're gonna go ahead and do, go into cut settings, and then we'll just start with Easy Weed. And then we will go ahead and do a test cut on that, make sure that's gonna cut fine for us. Let me just make sure that our blade is back, because we're cutting a little bit thinner material, I'm just gonna bring the blade in just ever so slightly.
Do you change it all the time for different materials?
Not all the time. I mean, usually for me personally, I just keep like a couple blade housings, you know, together so that it makes it easier to interchange. But I like to always make sure, I mean, along with test cutting, I always make sure that the blade is set up properly from the start. It just helps me later on because I'm also the person that will set it and then forget about it and then,
That's me.
yeah, and then mess something up
That's me,
later.
guys.
So yeah, I definitely, it's a chaotic craft room most of the time. I feel bad for Anna because we share an office and my crap's everywhere usually.
I mean, so is mine.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Alright,
Alright,
how's
so
it
let's
looking?
see. So this is normally what I like to do. I like to bring, and I'm just gonna bring the material off for this one. If I can't take my hand and just roll the corner to start it and weed it,
Uh-huh,
then the cut setting, I don't
It's not-
like the cut setting.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a little tip or trick that I usually use. You know, if you have a solid cut setting and everything's working well, you should be able to just kind of roll the material off of the carrier and make it super, super simple. Okay, so let's actually, in this case, we're gonna bring the force down a little bit, because sometimes adding too much force to the material will actually hinder it from cutting properly.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and bring it down, see what we get out of here. And then again, that's the best part about the Juliet with that test cut button, like you were saying. I like being able to use it on the fly quickly, make sure that it gets done right, and then, you know, if we have to adjust, we adjust.
I wanna show you guys how thick this material is with the DTV. It is so cool. It just gives your project so much dimension. So that's one of the reasons I'm really excited to do these sports, the volleyball and the basketball, because they're gonna kind of like puff out from the tote bag. It'll just be really cool. They won't be flat.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
I'm just changing the blade back
Oh, okay.
really quick to a 45-degree blade. Not that it really should make too much of a difference, but when I don't get the settings I like, I go back to what I know. That's kind of my method sometimes.
That's usually a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Go back to the
Back to
basics.
home.
That's it. Go back to home base and then you figure it out from there. Alrighty, so let's double check this. And eventually, you know, you get into that groove too where you're like, I know what my settings are supposed to be. And
Yeah,
if it's
for
not
sure.
working, you kind of get familiar with it. Alright, so check this out. So you see how we're rolling off the corner?
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah.
I can roll off the corner and peel,
Okay.
I have a good test cut, in
Cool.
in my opinion,
Oh, and
okay?
you went down in the so
Yep.
we're using the 45?
So we're using a 45-degree blade, force is at 8, right where it should be, and then we're ready to go.
Okay, we got our basketball weeded. I'm gonna go ahead and weed the volleyball.
Cool, cool. And actually, you know what, let's do, really quick, let's do just, you know, let's cut the volleyball out, let's see if it's the right size. I just wanna make sure,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there, because I wanna say that they were both the same size, but that's okay if they're not. All right, cool, send it on over.
Is this the one with, this one has the offset, right?
This is the, yeah, this should
That's
be
the
the
offset, okay.
Yep, yep.
Where's this one?
Okay.
Thanks, Chloe.
Chloe ducking and diving down there.
Is this all just scraps?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to get it out of your way.
Okay. And because I got a bunch of material upstairs, we can, you know, we'll be a little bit, what do you call it, generous with our areas.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm just wasting material, sorry.
Sorry.
Don't yell at me
Don't
for all the
give me bad
scrappers.
comments for
Yeah.
all the material
For all the,
Patrick is wasting.
for all the scrappers in the group, don't yell. All right, perfect. So what I like to do too,
I'm not even using a weeding tool, I'm just
see?
weeding it.
honestly, that's the best way in my opinion. I like being able to just peel it off and know that it's set properly.
Okay.
Okay, and then normally what I do to check before we go ahead and heat apply, because remember with garments and things that we apply to, a lot of times we have a little bit of shrinkage, so we have to account for that. So that's also a reason for the slight offset too, is that when you do have garments that aren't pre-washed, preheated and things like that, if they tend to shrink down such a little bit, then we know at least if our contour is right on top of our image, then we're gonna be golden and safe.
Okay.
So let's double
I need
check.
I need this one for this.
Oh,
first.
yep. That's fine, I'm just gonna double check this. Okay, that one.
Good.
This one is slightly bigger, but that's okay. I think it was the volleyball that this one went to.
This one little
Yeah,
piece
a
didn't
little-
want to cut right. Where'd you put the scissors?
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome sauce. Do we have any questions? Is there any questions at all coming in? Sorry, Chloe's doing double
Coming in
duty.
hot. Okay.
Okay.
There's
so-
people that discovered they had scraps of brick that they're gonna try this. now.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, try it,
Nice.
because it's a great thing to do. Okay, so we see here, when I line this up, how our easy weed, we don't have enough of
It's
a
just
contour.
barely over.
So we just do another quick contour. Let's expand
Okay.
that to from like 6, let's go 6.5. Because even if it's a little bit too big, it's okay.
That's totally fine.
That's totally fine,
Okay.
yep.
All
that's
right,
perfect.
6.5.
Right around there. And what you're gonna do is hit O really quick on your keypad. Hit the O. It'll automatically throw your image into the origin for you. So anytime that you're working in Leonardo, if you are moving it around on the Send Design page, you have the ability to kind of, check yourself, while you're going through and
I
being
didn't
able
even know
to
that.
reorient it, recenter and all of that stuff. Hey, listen, we had
Okay.
dinner last night. We were all learning a lot, so it's all right. Okay,
Like that.
perfect. I'm ready to go when you're ready to go.
Send to cutter.
Awesome sauce.
Okay.
Perfect. I will keep this one aside, but maybe we'll do another fun project, and we'll do another embossed. Alrighty. Cool, so we got this going now.
I have more for Chloe. Thank you.
Listen, give it up for Chloe, by the way.
Right?
guys. I mean,
Helping us
doing double
out.
duty, she's been running cameras today, checking comments all day, she's been
My
crushing
daughter's
it.
gonna be mad. She normally helps me and gets paid to like help me with comments and stuff. She's gonna be like, you had another helper today.
You're not fired, it's just temporary.
Right.
We'll call
I'm
it
a
seasonal.
temp.
Chloe is
Seasonal work.
seasonal for Crafty Brick. How about
Yeah.
that? There we go. Anytime she comes, then we'll get it going. All right.
Okay.
So-
Somebody chimed in that said they love the brick, their son just launched their new brand using it as
Ooh.
their main product.
What's their brand?
Great question, hopefully that person can chime in.
Yeah, definitely.
Homemade.shop.
Homemade.shop.
Nice.
Cool.
All right.
That's very cool.
So now what we'll be able to do, just set it over there, make sure
Oh,
we got
sweet.
plenty of an offset.
Okay,
we're
so
gonna be
let me
perfectly
just
fine.
show everyone.
Yep.
We've got a nice offset. Before the circle was just like barely bigger than the volleyball. So now we've definitely got it about, 0.5 bigger.
Go ahead and separate them too,
Oh.
just so you can see what exactly the
So just
shapes
a circle,
are.
and then the volleyball is brick. This is easy weed stretch.
Yep.
Okay.
Stretch white. And then, since we're working on the volleyball, let's just finish it up with the accent, we'll call it. The opal.
Accent.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
so is that the
So
lines?
all we're gonna do is back that same line design again,
Okay.
so that it'll line up with our volleyball once we're done.
All right, so I'm getting the volleyball lines again.
Perfect, and give me 1 second, and then
Okay.
get this set up.
Oh, I'm so excited to see
And again, new material, the electric is pretty much the same thickness as Easy Weed, so our cut should be already set up and ready to go. But again, I like to test cut everything, make sure that we can peel,
Perfect.
we're peeling, we're good.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's better to test it and then make a whole design that
Listen.
didn't weed properly.
I'm with you on that.
Okay, send to cutter.
Alrighty,
All right.
and then this one will start working in the line work. Oh, actually,
Wait,
really
what?
quick. Hey, listen, it's a Crafty Tuesday, so we
What
had to make a
happened?
little mistake, and they go, we forgot, oh, you did mirror.
I mirrored. Patrick,
Dang
wait,
it.
you caught, wait, what are you doing?
I thought I just
Pause
paused
it.
the. I thought I paused the cut, and I didn't pause cut. Okay,
Didn't.
so we're gonna have to resend this really quick, which is no big deal, because again, we have material.
Patrick?
Sorry, I literally looked at it, and I was looking at the weed box for some reason,
Oh,
and
okay.
I thought it was a mirror. So we're good. All right.
Okay, send to cutter.
Sorry for my mistake,
Yes.
everyone. No big
It
deal.
wouldn't be Crafty Tuesday
It
without a
wouldn't be.
mistake.
Cool. So we're gonna be there. All right. So now we're done with
Okay.
that part. So actually, the cool part is in Leonardo, when you actually send a design, you're going to get kind of like a little loading box that'll send all of the data that you're trying to cut to your machine. Once that's done, we can actually go back to design
can
and
already?
start designing the next thing. Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, we don't have to wait
It's
for
like
it.
being blown today.
And then let's just do a new contour around the basketball just
Okay.
to make sure.
Do
that
six
it's
and a
sort of-
half again?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we can bring that in and just do it like 6.5.
Okay. 6.5 for the basketball.
Perfect.
And then we got the basketball. But actually, they're different. No, they're different material, right?
For the actual outline thing is going to be the DTV, the easy color.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
So
so
you're
right now, okay, so
So
you're taking
we
that
already
out.
did the basketball. We're good. Now we just need the contour for the basketball.
Oh, just the
Yep.
contour.
That's it. That's it.
Hey Courtney, what cutter are you using right now?
I am using the Juliet cutter by Siser. My new fave. She's my bestie. Me and Juliet.
Someone in the comments was wondering because they hadn't seen it before.
Oh, you
Oh,
haven't
cool.
seen it? Oh my gosh,
Here.
it's the
There we
best
go.
machine. I love it. She really is my bestie.
We go ahead and I'll weed this out here. Now, also too, another trick, just for since we have the attention of everyone. If we ever have material that seems like it's a little bit harder to weed, go ahead and take the heat press if it's already up to temp,
Uh-huh.
and just press it down to the lower platen for a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Done. Now take this and put it carrier side down on the lower platen.
Carry side down.
Yep, and then
Okay.
just put your hand over top of it until you start feeling some heat,
Oh, uh-huh.
and then take your weeder and then you can weed that out.
No way.
And it is like absolute butter.
Like butter. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it stuck.
I always do that with the sticky carrier. So yeah, we just apply a little bit of heat to the carrier, and what that does is
then
allows
it
the
just
adhesive
comes
to
off
loosen
so
up
much
just a little
easier.
bit for you, yep. And then it makes it 10 times easier to weed out.
Oh my gosh. This opal is gonna be so
I like
pretty
it.
for a basketball or
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yep.
I got a comment from Chris says she is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, so let's,
So we can cut this without a mat too?
Yeah,
We
we-
can cut everything without a
we
mat?
can cut everything without a mat, with or without a mat. It's
Wild.
all up to you. I always say it's your world, we're all just living in it, that's it.
I'm just so excited. So I don't have to make sure all the rollers are touching them?
Not necessarily, now we can, just for the sake of us showing this to people, we'll
Okay.
do it, but you don't necessarily need to.
Okay.
As long as the material itself is being held by the pinch rollers, sometimes two, and then also if you have a little material hanging off, the actual blade can cut on the outside of the pinch rollers too.
Okay.
So regardless of you're inside the pinch rollers or outside, you're still gonna be good. So let's,
Just reset.
oh,
But we can pop it on, so
okay.
if you wanna pop it up.
That's so weird. It's been doing that to me recently.
I thought it was
And
dead,
we're
but it's
but
not
we're
dead.
still-
No,
we're
we're
still
still
on
on,
YouTube. Okay.
yeah.
We're still
Folks on
YouTube.
YouTube, give us 1 second to fix this. Just one
What the
goodness.
heck? What is
Yeah, that was really weird. And then it flashed that it was dead, but it's not.
It's not dead.
Too, so
It says
Just
pause.
the line.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
on the back end. Or
What is it doing? And now it's like frozen.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
ahead
okay.
and just weed this out, just so we're prepped.
What is it doing?
It wouldn't be a crafty
Can we
Tuesday.
clear all your apps?
Oh my god.
Just in case. Yeah, that might actually be.
Seriously? It's gonna like delete every.
Oh, totally.
We'll delete everything that we just did. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Sorry guys, I got a million apps open. Oh my gosh.
That's all right.
That might be.
Might be
the
why
issue.
it
we
is.
have-
I have,
That
I
is
have
a
an
lot
app
of
problem.
And while we're working on that, do we have any comments coming in on YouTube or anything?
Okay, let's see.
Cool.
Wait. Oh my
Instagram
goodness.
is
Yes.
starting back up.
Ha ha.
We got lots of them.
We got some. How do I get a
Coming
how do I
over
get the
from
roll holder?
Instagram.
They're coming over from
No,
Instagram.
that was
yay!
earlier.
Send the word.
Come
Yeah,
over from
that is okay.
Instagram.
Quick question, how do I get the roll holder? Wasn't included in my box.
Ooh, what one? Are we talking about Romeo or Juliet? So just to clarify, the Juliet roll holder will be sold separately. That is a retail item, or that's something you'll be able to find at your local distributors. And then also the Romeo roll holder, just so you know, will be in the box. If you currently have a Romeo that didn't get a roll holder yet, there should be a pop-up in the software, so you'll actually be able to verify your shipping information and all of that stuff and get your Romeo roll holder. So listen, we stall when we have to. Listen, this is why we're all pros here. We're all pros here. We're good.
We're back up on Instagram though. Just came over though over to YouTube.
So with that, while we were for a
Oh,
second,
yeah.
I did test cut the DTV. We got a
Okay.
solid cut.
Sweet.
So now we can send that contour through.
Lolo Stack says, "You got this, Courtney. That's Patrick to the rescue."
Thank you. I mean, it just wouldn't be a Crafty Tuesday if something didn't go wrong. Okay.
we're
so-
Yeah, we're good. Okay, 6 inches.
yes. Okay.
Awesome.
So just for everybody joining back up, what are you guys working on right now?
Okay.
Just
We
like
are
what's that?
doing some embossing with Easy Weed Brick, Easy Weed Stretch,
Our Brick 600,
Brick
Easy Weed
600,
Stretch, and then Easy Color.
and
DTV.
Easy Color
Yep.
DTV. We actually
There's too many
printed
Easies
this on.
in our
I know,
names,
my
guys.
gosh.
There's so many Easies in our names, so it happens.
This is a printable, like basketball
Mhm.
pattern.
Yep.
So that's what we're using today.
And we're using it on an inkjet compatible paper. So just so anybody out there that does have or does do crafting, or they might have a business, Easy Color DTV is actually something we launched last year, which is a heat transfer vinyl that's compatible with a regular inkjet. So I don't know. I
Okay.
always like to give the plug for everybody. So with that, I actually want to show you something. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Cool thing.
So let's go ahead and find on
Your
your
cut
where my
line?
cut line is. Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's why you don't do a pattern like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna rip this off.
So I have to just point out, while he's doing this,
Mhm.
when I first used Easy Weed for the first time, it did this and I was so annoyed because I was like, why is this material rolling up? I can't
Yep.
even work with this. This is terrible. But
So check this out. Why don't you go over to your heat press, give
Oh
it
my
give it a
gosh.
nice amount of heat on that bottom platen, and we'll just press it down for like 3 or 4 seconds.
so
That'll be
crazy.
perfect. And just go ahead and lay that down flat, and then watch itself.
You
It'll lay
guys.
itself out.
It's like magic.
And then I'll get that one side a little nudge, and then it'll start to lay down flat, and then you can just nudge it flat,
Or it just goes flat
and
by
then it goes down
itself.
flat by itself. Perfect.
So you don't have to be stressed when that happens. If you end up using DTV, it might do that,
Mhm.
but it's totally fine.
Totally cool. And then we'll lay it over a basketball just to make sure our contour is correct. So we'll lay that down on
Okay.
the table. And I always lay it this way just so I can see.
I am so
That's gonna
excited
turn
about this
out
project.
beautiful. Okay. So,
Okay.
do you want to do all the pressing? You want to do that? All right.
Pressing.
So
Sweet.
first thing we're gonna do is we're pre-pressing our garment. Now we have a tote bag, which isn't necessarily, we don't have to pre-press it.
Where do you usually go? Do you put it in?
Yep, I usually do it that way.
Okay.
Or whatever way is convenient for the design itself.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
just go with this way.
Perfect.
All right. Press it
So
down
we'll go
a
ahead and
little bit.
pre-press that. And now what that's doing too, for the actual garment, if you are a t-shirt maker or you do make custom garments, tote bags, stuff like that, the pre-press allows for all the additional moisture in the garment to kind of release some of that additional moisture, as well as, most of our garments shrink down a little bit. So it kind of starts that shrinking process. So when we put material on, it doesn't buckle or curl our material. Cool.
Okay,
So
but we're starting with,
first thing is we're gonna start with the basketball mom, or do you wanna do volleyball side or basketball
let's do
side?
basketball
Okay.
first.
So what I like to do is lay down your basketball
Actually,
first.
basketball's the coolest. We'll save it till the end.
Okay, we'll save it to the end. That's fine. So on this side then, what I would do first is just lay down your actual volleyball piece. You don't have to lay down the other ones. Center that and then work
And
your
then
words
put-
from there.
that's what I was
Yep.
thinking. Okay.
Yep.
All
Ooh,
right.
thank you. And then we got a cover sheet over here too, if needed.
All right. I'm just placing it on to get.
Yeah, I figure with a
Right.
design like this, it's probably
Oops.
easy to get placement, but
Yeah.
if we're gonna show the pro tips, we show the pro tips, right?
All right.
April
so-
Rhodes has a question. Oh,
Mhm.
it disappeared. Hold on.
Oh, it disappeared.
Do you know what is print and cut for stickers that is allowed on this at this time on Romeo?
Ooh, on Romeo. So
Romeo?
Romeo currently, if your printer, then this is something that we have to be very clear about. If your printer has the ability to do a print and cut that large, you can actually go as wide as, I wanna say it was 23, was it 23.75 that we measured, Anna?
That sounds
Total?
right.
It's about 23 inches, or 23 and 3/4 inches, should I say. I have pushed it to 24 in testing, but I don't recommend it just because, tracking an image that big typically is a little bit more complicated, but if your printer can't output, if you do have a roll-fed printer, you can go about that wide, about 23.75 inches,
Okay.
cleanly.
I'm
Cool.
gonna press this, right?
Press it, and because it's easy weed, it's a 1 to 2 second tack. So you press
Okay.
that down for a couple seconds. 1, 2, pick it up.
And then we're good.
Yeah, pick it up, peel it. Actually, oh no, your carrier already came off.
my
Cool.
carrier came off.
Done.
Sweet.
So the benefit
Okay.
of Easy Weed is it is a 1 to 2 second tack product. We say 1 second tack, but I go 1 to 2 because I don't know, my heart,
Just
my
'cause.
palpitations halfway through. All right, cool. So you can lay down that one now.
Lay down our volleyball. So this
Yep.
is the brick. We're putting that down first.
Mhm. And for this one, we're gonna go ahead and heat apply that one.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever direction you want it.
I'm like, I don't know. But
I feel like with some of that stuff, it's preference, because like me, I always put the basketball like seams down here, so.
But I need, I'm like, I need something to cover that.
Cover it, yep.
Okay. I'm only you don't have to cover the brick.
No,
I'm just
no.
covering it because of the easy weed
Because
on
of the
top.
Easy Weed,
Yeah,
yep.
we
So
don't want
anytime
that.
you have the carrier that's exposed to the heating element, you're gonna be fine. Anytime you have material exposed to the heating element, it's a good idea to then press. I usually do about 8 seconds. It's really just to get the brick, you'll be good now. And then we'll take it off and let it cool off just for a second.
Okay.
It's really just to get the adhesive hot enough to be able to peel from the carrier, because we're
Okay.
sealing it in with the Easy Weed stretch.
What was that hack that Yolan said yesterday
Which one?
about how to cool it down fast?
Oh, he
Put it
said
on
like
your
a sheet of
Yeah.
metal, like a cookie sheet.
Oh yeah, that
And
could
I'm bringing
work.
that up
Some
to
people
my
have
office.
some people have cooling blocks too. Amanda just says rub it on my heart. I don't know what that means, but I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea what that's supposed to
Oh
mean, but
my
she says
gosh.
it, so no.
Lolo on YouTube says, I wish, what did they say? I know I'm not the only one who wishes they had a clone of Patrick by their side.
Right?
Thank you so much. I'm just here to learn, everybody. That's all.
All right, that one's not totally sticking.
That's okay.
Should
Yep.
I
Yeah,
do it a
just
little bit
press
more?
it again.
Okay.
Yep. Just give it a little press until we get that carrier released. Because again, we're not necessarily sealing it with the brick. We're sealing the brick with the Easy
With the
Weed
Easy
stretch.
Weed.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like looking for my button that's on my machine.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And then actually here, what we'll do, did that come off for you? Good? Oh, here.
Not totally.
Go ahead and press it one more time, and then we'll just, and actually what we'll do, turn that dial like 2 to the right. We'll just add a little more pressure on there. There we go. I know it's a little bit more force,
Okay.
but
A little more force. I've never used
Yes.
the Siser Easy Press. It's good. It's a cute little press.
cool. And then we'll take that all the way off, and let me see the
What is-
canvas, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
Too
you just
hot?
get it cool, yeah. Just gotta cool it down enough that it'll release.
Come on, man, rub it on your heart.
Watch it release perfect now, too. Watch. So.
Oh, look at that.
And of course, it releases perfect every time. All right, so that looks
Okay.
Okay, so for this one, we'll go
Fabulous.
ahead and throw it back on the press.
Alrighty.
And then, yeah, this was for that one.
Okay. So now we're taking our circle contour.
And here's what I like to do for it, just so we're on the same page too. Whenever I have like the contour, I always try to line up the contour flush with the design somewhere, so then I know all I have to do is pull it down a
Pull it
couple
down a little
millimeters.
bit.
Yeah, it just
Oh, yeah, 'cause
helps,
you can't
especially when
really
you
see
can't
it.
see that bottom layer.
Yeah, okay.
And then I usually give it a little feel, just make sure I can feel kind of the outline of the brick and make sure I have enough space. And as long as you're happy with it.
My OCD is not happy with this
Do you want me to
at
come
all.
around and try?
I want to
You okay?
see the center.
Yep,
Like-
I get it. Here, let me come around this way.
Our friends at Heat Transfer Warehouse are tuning in.
Hey, hey!
Hey, Heat Transfer Warehouse.
All
We're
right.
embossing. It feels pretty good.
Hey, do you trust me?
I don't know.
All right,
actually.
throw that
We'll
cover-
see.
cover sheet
We'll
on.
see. Okay.
All right, and then again, we're gonna do a 1 second tack, the 2 second tack on that.
1 second.
Pop it up, and then go ahead and peel that off hot.
Okay.
And then let's show the people the result beforehand.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So
this.
for the
Okay.
embossed, you can see right when you actually peel the carrier off, typically most of your Easy Weed stretch is not attached to the material. This is by design. Remember, we have a big chunk of plastic carrier that's stopping our material from actually absorbing in. So here's what we're actually gonna do. Go ahead and flip it over so that the material is
Over.
facing the bottom platen.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we're using the padding from the bottom platen to help push that material
Pressure.
up. Yep, so go ahead and twist that dial a little bit more. There you go, that's fine. And then just go ahead and heat apply it, and we're gonna do it for the full time. And then this is what I call the press and pray. We hope it works now.
Press and pray. I do that a
No,
lot.
it should- I should make a sign for my office at work.
Okay.
I mean, at home. Let's see what it looks like here.
Oh my gosh, look at that!
Awesome.
That is so cool.
And even if you have a slight, your contour's not perfect, spot on, it still looks so cool. So should
It
we
looks
put down the fun layer too?
Oh, the fun, I'm just forgetting all the fun stuff.
All right, so we're just gonna try to line those up with, the actual lines of the image.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. And all this is gonna give us a little bit of dimension to the actual embossed look.
So this will be facing up.
Yep, so
Okay.
that'll be facing up now, and you can go ahead and put the carrier on and everything. You might have to readjust. I hear giggles.
Oh my gosh, this is
Oh, 'cause-
so
yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say. Cool.
Okay.
I like that.
Kristen asks,
Oh my gosh, I'm about to press this.
Double press. I'm gonna double press. See, I don't save a day. Ellie's in the background saving the day right now.
Oh, did you see how me out?
Yeah.
I was not ready to yell.
Yeah, don't do that.
Kristen on YouTube asked, is stretch the best to go over the brick, or can you use other materials?
So
We're using another material?
well, we are going to be using another material, Easy Color DTV. Stretch is traditionally what we found is the best material to use. However, I have found in cases that we've done of like our sparkle that's working.
Is this cold?
Yeah, let it cool just
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah, only reason why is we're bringing it higher than its normal. Like we're not pressing it to the fabric, we're pressing it to a material. So just
Should I
give
have
it
done
a
the whole
little.
time or just, I did like 6 seconds?
No, you should be good.
Okay.
And then I should be able to actually feel a little bit of it. Let's
Okay.
see. Sometimes you just
Oh,
gotta,
good.
you gotta
Okay.
get aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Come on.
right? I was a cheerleader.
But yeah, so Easy Color DTV works, which will
Nice.
show you. Obviously, the stretch works really, really well.
The opal.
Stretch has like 50 plus colors. I don't know the exact one, but we have a ton of colors of the stretch. It works out. You see?
That is so cool.
It would add a really cool contour on it.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, let's do the basketball.
Ready to do the basketball? Okay. So we kind of already know the placement from the other one, so you can kind of place your
Okay.
basketball mom, and then we'll be able to go through the process with the other pieces.
Cool. Okay. I'm excited about this basketball with the
Yeah, I'm
print.
excited to see how this one turns out. I've only done this one once or twice, so with like the pattern itself.
So 2 seconds there.
Yep. Just rip it off. There we
Alright.
go. That's also
Okay.
another thing people aren't used to doing when they see the way that we demo things. We're very aggressive and we just rip carriers off
Very
of stuff.
aggressive.
Yeah, you get a certain level of confidence, and like if the product fails, then I got explaining to do, I guess.
Got some explaining to do.
Cool.
Okay. Good there. Okay, we're flat.
Awesome
How long
sauce.
is this one?
That one like I say 7 or 8 seconds, just enough to get the adhesive to release from the carrier,
Okay.
and then we'll bring that actually off the press and onto the table. And I'll rub it on my heart.
On
again.
your heart.
Yeah. So yeah.
Amanda would be proud of you.
She would be super proud. So a lot of times too, if you have a shirt, one of the quickest ways to heat or cool it off, as well as like a cooling block or other methods that people have, I like to separate the fabric so I can let some of the heat like go through the fabric and start cooling off. Okay. Oop, that's all right. That one will stay down with our Easy Color.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So now we're going back
So-
over. Wait,
Yep.
this one flips around.
No. This one
This-
we got to do a quick tack and
Okay.
little pre-press first.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
We'll be able to go through.
And, it
And
doesn't-
actually, you know what we'll do, Anna? Can you run really quick and grab a pressing pillow? For this one, we're actually going to use a pressing pillow because we have it embossed on the backside, so we don't want that embossed on the backside
Oh,
to
to
affect
mess.
the top part. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work perfect. Yep. So we'll just thread that on, make it, and then we'll loosen the pressure
Okay.
up. Yep.
Cool. Thank
Coolio.
you.
Thank you. And once again, Anna is just hands in Siser North American content. You'll see her hands everywhere.
Hopefully manicured, but
That's what I was. That's
Hopefully
what I told them
manicure.
yesterday. I said Anna's been trying to push the manicure pedicure on the
Oh,
on
since
the
the day I
Siser budget for a
started.
minute. Okay,
Okay.
cool. And then this one should be a little bit easier to line up because it doesn't have a carrier stopping you, so you should be able to really feel around.
This is just so cool.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do like a 3 or 4 second press,
Okay.
and then we'll go ahead and we'll press it again. Okay, just double check it, make sure that it's starting to get into the cavities. Oh, actually, no, you're good. You can
Oh,
pull
okay,
it.
good. Oh my god.
That looks awesome.
Okay, it
And
looks
you
so
can
good.
you can continue to press it, or you can leave it just like that too. It's up to you.
Let's press it again.
Okay, press it again.
On here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't flip it.
No, you don't have to flip it. No,
Okay.
because we have the pressing pillow that we're using.
Oh,
And
right,
actually,
right.
at the same time, just so you guys know, quick pro tip, if you did want to do 2 embossed designs at once, you could have set up the volleyball one on the bottom, got that all prepped, peeled that carrier off, flipped it over, did this one, and then at the same time that you're pressing this one, remember that
They're
bottom, that sponge on the bottom will also help to make the one on the bottom too.
And this is
That one you can
full
press,
time.
you can either press for the full timer, because we pre-pressed it a little bit and it doesn't have a carrier, you can go 5 or 6 seconds, you'd be fine. Cool. See, I told you the texture is gonna look really cool with that one.
Look at this.
That's awesome.
And we got some steam coming off of it too, so it looks really cool.
Oh my gosh.
We should have had the smoke machine. We should have bought a smoke machine now.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting.
Now, this is seriously the best.
This is
So,
awesome.
I'm basketball mom here.
I love it.
Ooh, good shot. And then I go
Running over to
and
the
now
other gym, and I'm like,
volleyball mom,
hey!
yay! This is so cool.
That turned out really, really good.
It turned out really, really good. So I'm excited.
Nice.
This was so cool. So we embossed today with
Mhm.
all of these materials: brick 600,
Yep.
easy weed stretch,
Yep.
easy weed.
Electric.
The
That's
pearls
top part.
electric.
Yep.
Okay.
And then easy
And regular.
color.
Oh, and regular easy.
Oh yeah,
weed.
and the regular easy weed.
And
Yeah,
easy
I
color.
totally
All
missed
the
that one.
things. All the things
All the
today. So many things. This is so cool. So that is our project today. But I have something exciting for you.
Really quick before you do that though,
What?
let's all give a round of applause for the first time embossing by
First
herself.
time
She
embossing.
crushed it. She
Crushed
absolutely
it.
crushed it. I
With
love
my
this.
right hand man. I handpicked some really fun things for you guys for a giveaway with Siser. So I'm very excited.
Get this stuff off.
I
Yeah.
went through all of the materials yesterday here, and I have picked some Easy Weed Puff. I should have picked all the stuff we used today, but I'm sorry I didn't. I picked some cool things that I thought you might like. Some Easy Weed Puff, Easy Weed Sparkle, which is super pretty. You know I love sparkle things. Strip Flock in the fuchsia, and I did put some brick. So there's some brick in the navy. Is this one brick too?
Yeah.
A
that
brick
was
in the white also.
Yep.
Okay, so you totally could do this project, winning this giveaway with some of these materials here.
Mhm.
I'm very excited. So in order to enter the giveaway, if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description. It will take you over to Siser's Instagram page, and the directions for entering the giveaway are there. Instagram folks, going over to Siser's page, and they have. Did it go
Okay.
back on?
It looks like it's back up.
It looks like it's back on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just standing
Oh my
here.
gosh. Just standing
I've been
here.
here the whole time like this,
Oh my
waiting
gosh.
for you to come back.
Okay, let's wrap it in before
All
we
right.
have more technical difficulties. I'm so happy that YouTube still is here. So hopefully anybody that missed it on Instagram, they were able to come over here. But thank you for watching. Thank you, Siser,
No
for
problem.
having me.
That's
This
why we're
was
here.
amazing. And until next week, I'll be back with something else crafty. Stay crafty, my friends.